Yes, it is possible for a husband to be charged with the rape of a wife because the law has changed. Prior to September 2012, that was not possible because we operated under what we call the old common law position in the United Kingdom. We had a criminal code. We have a criminal code that defines most of the criminal offenses. And the common law, what we call the law of England at the time, that was codified in our criminal code. So you had all the criminal offenses spelled out. And under our criminal code prior to September 2012, a husband could not rape a wife. And the philosophy behind it is that with marriage, came irrevocable consent to sexual activity. And what irrevocable means there is that that consent could not be withdrawn during marriage. But as of September 2012, the criminal code was amended, and now a husband can be charged with rape. So if a wife does not consent to sexual intercourse, and that sexual intercourse is forced upon her, then you can have a rape charge arising from that. The only distinction between a regular, ordinary rape and a husband being found guilty of rape is that the sentence provided for under the criminal code now is 14 years, the maximum sentence for a husband who is found guilty, while for another person, it's up to 30 years maximum. And so it's important to understand the fine distinctions when it comes to sex and sexual intercourse, because rape is essentially sexual intercourse without consent. Once there is consent, then there is no rape. And that consent now has to be given by a wife, and it's important that spouses understand that. And secondly, there is also initial consent and the withdrawal of consent. So you started off with consent, but at some point someone says, stop. Then if you proceed against the will of that person, you cannot rely on the initial consent. Once that consent is terminated and you proceed, then you are liable to be charged with the offense of rape. So it's important to know that, because many husbands operate under the mistaken notion that marriage indeed has created that permanent consent until divorce.